Bruce, yes?
Yes.
1, 2, 3, 4. Okay.
Yes, ma'am. It's like a crossword.
So just to play with some numbers, I did 30%. If we went with the full reclamation and if we said 30% match, then that's $216,360. We'd be asking the county for $504,840. That's one option. We'll round the numbers, ask them for 500.
I was gonna say, why don't you round it?
The rest.
And just then be back and do what the percentage is, just round it up.
Is that y'all's general consensus?
I'm sorry, could you repeat that one more time?
So if we went with the full reclamation, the higher, costs, and we budgeted 30%, then our city cost would be $216,360. And then we would be asking the county to fund $504,840.
If we went to 220 even, that would just knock it down, what, another 4,000?
I go north of Entanglement. The road's not that bad. I mean, it's bumpy, but it's not that bad.
No, this-
And it did score differently in the street assessment. The worst part was from Swan to Benzingleman, which is why that portion was next on the list.
That's what we're talking about.
But
We're talking about going north.
This is just an opportunity to get the whole street, because you can't say, we can't apply and say, we want to do this portion of Allen Shepherd, and then we're gonna go over here and do the next street on our list. It doesn't work like that. So this is just giving you an option to try to get more money, get more street done, even though that portion is not as bad.
Maybe it has gotten worse since the assessment.
It has.
We could have people like the people from Kingston that came in here where it stopped at 50,502.
Yeah.
And half of it, they forgot about it. So if you're gonna do it, you do it. Play the long game. I mean, there's no sense because in less than 10 years, the rest of that will be bumpier. And then they're gonna come back and say, what the hell?
And also remember that whatever is fixed, you still have to also put money in the budget to maintain what you're fixing.
It's true.
In addition to that, you still have to put money aside in order to equip Public Works with the monetary means to continue to maintain it.
Okay, so I don't know what reclamation actually is.
I believe
So then explain that to me. All I know is 7 to 10 years.
it's scraping the top about 3 inches like it is on it. And then it's scraping with a machine. And it's poured. And you take all that material, and you come back with fresh material of about 2.5 inches. That's it.
Back asphalt and stuff.
Yeah, and that's it, you paint it. Hot paint. And they've already had to go back on mid-season, they drug it out so down along, that on my part of the street, they had to come back and put in a whole section because it already started dipping. So that shows you how good that doesn't work.
We don't have any other better streets that we can work on that like our.
Tom, we just agreed to go on the next street in line, of worst to best.
We just agreed to go
So
on.
we're doing-
You did too.
Can you
So the general consensus, the majority said Allen Shepherd to continue going in the direction of worst to best. So Allen Shepherd is what we're
How
discussing.
many people do you want standing at that door in line saying, you didn't pick my street because I'm gonna send it to you? And we're gonna use that list that goes from worst to best, which was done by an engineer, or I'll let you take all the heat for going out and just pick the street. Because you're gonna have 500 people standing over there going, why? Why on my street?
They're doing it already.
Yeah, I was just hoping to serve those that are, that might have more
Well, then
read towards.
why did you agree then?
Well,
I didn't agree.
that
I
one
just
does,
got outvoted.
that one does go in the next line of worst street to, from worst to, no, Allen Shepherd.
Yes.
Right.
That's the one next
You
one.
said it feeds into others or something, then you did.
Shepherd is the next one in line according to the assessment.
There's no engineer sitting up here telling us. There's no engineer sitting up here, is there? I know I'm not. So I figured the engineer that we paid money to would know how to, bring them out.
What is the assessment?
All right, so
All right.
what amount should we got down to 220? Is that what,
Yes, ma'am.
or did y'all say, I lost that,
Well, all I do.
220, there was 216, and then we said even round to 220?
Yeah, we're still brainstorming.
All right, we're stuck on brainstorming right now, so
And that's for
we
the
want-
reclamation, that one.
Yes, yes.
I'm accepted, that's what, you guys want.
But actually, this one is for the full depth.
Yeah, we're
Oh, that's-
decided, we're
She's-
gonna go
yeah,
with
so-
full reclamation.
So, Councilmember Martin suggested that we go for the full depth reconstruction. But the concern is that with Bear County only offering 2 million for all the suburban cities, that chances are they would not go for, even consider something as large as 721,000. So what we're doing right now is trying to figure out, okay, because Monique's motto is go big or go home. So she's gonna go and ask for as much as she can. But if they see that the city is trying to put in more percentage than the 20, that maybe they would be more apt to award it to the city. So we're looking at numbers like maybe, okay, what if we went 30% matching? And so that's where the numbers are going down.
Well, the
Because-
220 would hit about 25%.
Because whatever it is, so if it was awarded, then at that amount, then the council would need to understand that the next fiscal year, you automatically have to put out the match. Whatever it is already out of the budget.
In other words, we're buying it, we're trying to buy it. We're trying to bring
Well,
it.
and that gives us an opportunity still, to go and fix the street, but we can still put money as we go along.
But here's the thing.
So if you-
Guarantee bid signal is not gonna last.
Well, I was just gonna say, so let me go back. Are we wanting to do the full reconstruction then? That's what we want to try.
Is that what
Consensus.
y'all said, correct? All right.
I would say that.
So then, if we ask for 500,000, then we would be looking at taking 221,200 as our match. We do that. Again, we'll come back and just say, okay, we'll give you this amount, and then whatever they give us, we're gonna have to add to our portion when we do the budget. So we'll have, time to know that.
Here's the thing too, you understand, if they accept it, then we're committed. We're in. Which,
If it's-
And you have time for budget because the preliminary selection, so the first time Commissioners Court will hear the staff recommendations is on June 1st. And that's when all of these folks are going to show up who the streets are so important to. They're going to be at Commissioners Court and they're going to sign up to speak and say, we understand that there's only 2.3 million, but Kirby really deserves to get this amount because our streets are in, terrible
There should be a
condition.
line of people
It should
there.
be one after the other, yep. And those who can't go are gonna write a letter, send an email. And then on July
Commissioner Cobb.
13th, when I go back and they do the final selection, is when they'll tell us how much we actually get. And we still won't adopt our budget until August, September. So we'll have enough time to know what the numbers are.
And again, we say that every time that Monique goes to Commissioners Court. Every time, ever since she's been here. Commissioners Court is open to the public. You can sign up to speak just like you can here. So when we go to CDBG funding, if you can't be there, write a letter. I can't be there, so I write letters to Commissioner Calver all the time. Please let us have this, please, please, please. So that's something that every resident can do. You don't have to be a member of the council in order to write the commissioner and say, please consider Kirby. We understand that our city manager is going to apply for this grant.
But just remember, if we're gonna show up, we can't have a quorum, so we're gonna go in. But it is, I'll tell you what, it does swing a lot of weight if council members do show up. And they do speak directly to the commissioners. So, and this is a big one. I mean, if we ever can get the train rolling our way, then things come easy. It's getting that first, past that first time. And like I said, we down here made $500,000 on that one also.
So it would be 221 for the matching.
Yes. 221,
200, yeah.
that got us to the 721, 200 for the total project.
That's good. So you got the blanks filled in?
Thank you.
So do those amounts need to be done, or does somebody just need to accept the resolution since we've
You can just
discussed?
accept the resolution as we discussed, but I would put the street name in there.
Yes.
Where would you like the candles at?
So if just to recap, that would be Alan Shepherd. All right, if somebody wants to,
I don't know what to do, I make a motion that we
you can
accept.
just accept the resolution by
I make
using
these.
Alan Shepherd.
I make it, excuse me, folks, but I make the, what am I making? A motion, yes. Need to go home and rest. That we accept, the, Alan Shepherd resolution.
Number R.
I don't care, number all the way.
Okay.
2021-7.
2021-732.
32.
All right. We have a motion by Mayor Pro Tem Grant, seconded by Councilmember Salazar, to accept resolution number R-2021-732, a resolution authorizing the city manager to submit an application for funding for the program year 2021 allocation of Bear County's Community Development Block Grant CDBG program for Alan Shepherd. Is there any other discussion? Will our city secretary please call roll?
Mayor Pro Tem Grant,
Yes, ma'am.
Councilmember Atabata,
Yes.
Councilmember Salazar,
Yes.
Councilmember Ryder,
Yes.
Councilmember Hernandez,
Yes.
Councilmember Martin,
Yes.
Mayor Pierce.
Yes. Resolution number R-2021-732, a resolution authorizing the city manager to submit an application for funding for the program year 2021 allocation of Bear County's Community Development Block Grant